This is the city of Fort Myers Municipal Yacht Basin. We call it the marina. We also call it home. For the past year, I've been living on the MV Kalliope, a 61-year-old retired tugboat originally commissioned by the Sinclair Oil Company to push oil barges up and down the Mississippi River. It was originally named the Sinclair Memphis. I've been living on it with my parents, their dog, their cat, and occasionally my sister. The tugboat is 85 feet long and 28 feet wide and weighs 175 deadweight tons. Let's go aboard, shall we? We enter from the stern or the aft of the boat, going up the gangplank. Watch your head. Down the stairs and onto the aft deck. You can see a little bit of the marina where we're berthed. Here on the stern, we have 3 fuel tanks. The fuel tanks are for the 2 engines and the generator down below. The stern is also where we keep our dock cart, which is very handy for hauling things. Let's go inside, shall we? This is the TV room, so called because of the giant TV. We've spent a lot of time here in the past year, watching all of Star Trek Next Generation and most of the rebooted Doctor Who. This is a painting from and of the Cafe Veselka in New York City. Off of the TV room, we have the aft bath, which has a shower and a sink, and instead of a toilet, an incinerator. We hope that will change. Moving past the TV room, we come to the main part of the ship. We have the downstairs living room, stairs leading to the upper deck. There's a fireplace. There's a mom. There's stairs leading down to the engine room and water room. There's a dining room. There's a galley, complete with refrigerator, stove and oven, microwave, and even dishwasher. We have the captain's quarters. They have a lovely view of the marina with their own private head, complete with bathtub, shower, sink, and actual toilet, not an incinerator. We have port lights with wonderful views of the river. And ooh, this is new, a retractable screen door for the galley. In here we have storage. Now when it says that this is storage for a sledgehammer, it really means it. There it is. Moving further back, we have the door to the bow, and we have the paint locker with lots of paint, and the tool locker with lots of tools, both hand and power. And we have big switch boxes for turning on shore power or going to generator power. We also have the stairs to down below. Let's go down, shall we? This is the water room, so called because this is where a lot of the plumbing functions happen. We have the hot water heater. We have the sewage holding tank. We won't look in there. We have all kinds of plumbing tools. And we have 2 giant freshwater holding tanks for when we're underway. Going out of the water room, we come to the old crew's quarters, currently in transition. Moving further on, we come to the mutiny board. If you step on this board the wrong way, it makes a noise, alerting the captain to mutiny. And who would be mutinying? The people who work in here, the engine room. Here we are in the engine room, where we have two Detroit diesel 671 engines to power us, and a cat generator to provide electricity for us when we're underway. And behind the generator is a compressor, and that provides the hydraulics for our steering and for blowing the horn. Moving deeper into the engine room, we come to the shaft room. Watch your head. So called because of the shafts that turn the propellers for moving us forward when we're underway. There are 3 shafts, even though there's only 2 engines, because when it was first built, there were 3 engines. This is also where our main aft bilge is. It's nice and empty. And in there, that used to be the bilge holding tank. It's open because we had a leak and we were sinking, but that's been fixed. Moving past the shaft room, we come to the steering room, which leads to the rudder. I don't really go in there too often, even now. Going up the stairs, we come to the upper deck, which has another living room, currently with an air mattress. We've got the couch. We've got a table for playing games. We've got Dad's workstation. We have another bedroom, stateroom, with its own head. And in this case, it is just a head, no shower. I actually installed that screen. And we have these lovely sea creatures on the wall, as well as air plants. The other thing we have up on this deck is the aft outer deck. Let's go out there, shall we? This is the upper aft deck with 2 spiral staircases, one going up to the roof, aka the poop deck, and one going down to the aft deck. Let's go up to the poop deck. This, along with being the roof, is where the pilot house is. That's where the actual piloting of the boat happens. Let's go into the pilot house. Here's the captain's chair. Here's the joystick that controls the steering. Here you can move the engines forward or backwards for the port and the starboard. We have all kinds of switches and dials and charts and a magnifying glass to see the charts better. Charts are just a fancy boat term for maps. And from out here on the wing, we can see the forward bow, the forward deck, and the spud. That's the big tall brown thing. It's like an anchor. You just sink it into the mud and you don't move. On top of the pilot house, we have things like the radar and a searchlight and, of course, the horn. The bow is where we keep lines and cables, the grill, very important, and the pump out hose for pumping out the holding tank. There are also manholes for getting to down below. This concludes the tour of the MV Kalliope. Thanks for joining.